Gorgeous souls, welcome to the Lady Level Up Pause podcast. I am your host, Karizza Cuello. As an empowerment coach with a soul for women, I am passionate on helping those who are ready to rise above their struggles. I believe every woman is capable of stepping fully into the fullest expression of her soul. And I also believe every woman can achieve harmonious success in her life. In this podcast series, I will be sharing about golden nuggets and fully stepping into your personal sacred power. I will be sharing with you spiritual tools, process, mindset, teachings, and my stories that can help you deliver your own transformation. It is my intention to help you see that you are not limited by your past and you can outgrow the old beliefs that are holding you back. Gorgeous souls, you can absolutely embody the energy and frequency of a woman determined to rise. I am excited for you and our journey together. Hi, gorgeous souls. How are you? I hope you're feeling amazing. Before I begin today's episode, I want to say hi to two amazing ladies, namely Nicole and Lynette. Thank you for sending me a message, and I appreciate reading your kind words about the show. And know that every episode, it is my intention to help you in your journey in life. It is my intention to help you level up to your desires. On the previous episode, it is titled You Are Being Called. In case you haven't listened to it, in this episode, I shared about we have to answer the call to help ourselves first. And I also shared about my old way and my old understanding of how goal setting is. And I also shared the journaling process that actually helped me deliver improvements in the 4 key areas of my life. This episode will help you prepare for the new year as you are preparing for your new goals, resolutions, and as we reflect what happened for the year 2019 and what we can do to improve our coming new year. For our today's episode, the golden nugget is 3 words: renewal and letting go. This topic is about love towards ourselves. I hope this is a topic that you are not avoiding, and I will tell you why this is important. Because our love towards ourselves, our acceptance with our story, our decisions, our past is the foundation of all the manifestations. Whatever we desire, all our desires are positive, right? But sometimes what is stopping, what is holding us back to totally receiving it or feeling worthy of receiving it is because we are not fully accepting or we are not loving ourselves. What prompted me for this episode is one, I recorded a meditation and I named it Renewed Self-Love. Then I also wrote a blog with the same title. And the word renewed was an intuitive suggestion that I heard inside my head. And then I followed the command. It dropped by as an inspiration, a very good, clever idea. And then I felt like my guides, the invisible guide who gave me that word, is also prompting me to look closely with the word renewed. Because why renewed? Everybody is talking about self-love. Meanwhile, I titled my blog and my meditation as renewed self-love. And then the light bulb inside my head went on because here's the divine message that I want to unpack with you today that we have to make a yearly vow to renew our self love contract towards ourselves. It can be every birthday or every new year. So let's unpack this concept that will help us elevate on how we see ourselves and why it's very important to really not only self care but deep relationship with ourselves. Do you know that the word inspiration means that you are with the spirit? So every time you get an inspiration, it is not an accident. It is something that we really need to take action. And also, it's called the inspired action. And when you take action in this inspiration, you are being aligned in towards the path of your soul. Okay. Self love to me is finding the connection to the ultimate source of all the love. This is every time I mention about this, my connection with my higher power. You may call it God, Source, the divine, the universe, whatever term according to your belief, you can use it. In self love, yes, it is generally well known as pampering session, like having a nice haircut, getting your nails done, buying new clothes, going to a massage, foot massage. Those are ways we take care ourselves physically. Mentally, it is to take care of ourselves through reading books, expanding our knowledge, or upgrading our skills, and updating our mindsets. So what we do is we enroll in different free masterclass, like I suggest Mind Valley, but we seldom hear from our everyday conversations about the topic of intuitive guidance, or did you ever have a conversation with your friend about answering or listening to the whispers of your soul? So these are not our part of our everyday conversation. So most of us are very aware the physical part and the mental part, but when it comes to the area of our heart and our soul, most of our conversation is about pain. Most of our conversation is about upsetting situation at work, in your family, in your relationship, or broken promises, hurtful stories that happen, disappointments, frustration. You're very familiar with this. So, part of cultivating a deeper understanding of our self love is we can make a decision. Are we going to renew these emotions, negative emotions, lower vibrational emotions, because we have the power? I'm not saying that our problems will disappear, but what we have control is how are we going to react. Our power is in our choice. We do not have control about what happened to us and how things will happen in the future, um, on the area of how and why things happen is difficult for us to answer. That's why I believe that self love is finding my connection to the presence of love within me and my connection with my higher power. I need my faith to help me. I need my faith to guide me on my path, because if not, I will be feeling so lost. I will be missing out a lot of opportunities and I will be stuck. That's mainly, I will be stuck on the heartbreaks and the frustrations and disappointments, because everybody, all of us are going through this. But again, our power is Are you going to renew these emotions? Are you okay with this? Or do you want to be moving through it? This year, I learned that when we are in a negative headspace, when we are holding grudges, we are not in alignment with love. What I do is I always say a short prayer to reset myself back to love. We have this common understanding or common practice that we only pray whenever we are very desperate. We will going to pray whenever there's life and death situation. What I learned from Gabby Bernstein is also you can say a short prayer when you are getting impatient. Like, for example, for me, I say a prayer whenever I am about to really lose my mind because I'm so annoyed with my boyfriend. I can feel my frustration is already building up. I will pause and I will say, help me expand my patience, or I will calmly tell him that, how I'm feeling right now. This will avoid unnecessary misunderstanding. And whenever I am getting impatient for a slow service, dealing with a difficult family member, or I need to attend a family gathering, I pray before and I listen to meditation. I set my intention on that day. I call my angels and my guides to protect my mood because especially now it's holiday season, family can trigger us. There are certain conversations that our family members can bring, and then it will poke a certain emotion within us, and they will take away our inner peace. That's why for me prayer meditation is very important whenever I attend a family gathering. As humans, we are very sensitive, especially with the family members. Energetically, we can bring home with us the negativity. Even no matter how positive we are in our headspace, I'm sharing from my personal experience, if we are not aware that this vibration can stick with us, can stick within our aura, we can bring this home and it will affect us. These conversations will be trapped inside our head, and we can hear this for about 1 week, or it will stay with us. Another example, when I say as humans we are sensitive, like a family member will not speak to you, but they will give you a weird certain look in their face, and that will affect you. Sometimes you can also hear them they are talking behind your back. That moment will be captured inside your head, and that will build up a negative story inside of you. And this scenario can also happen at your workplace, browsing through social media, while looking to other people's profile. It can give us negative emotions towards ourselves. It can give us resentment, discontented, and the feeling of I am not enough, the feeling of jealousy and other negativity. And can you see how all of these can pull us away from loving ourselves? There are many factors that is pulling us in our alignment with the love. I am not saying that our family is full of negativity in a toxic environment. I am saying that there are instances that they can pull out stories and we will have certain reaction. Sometimes they can say just one word, and those words we are feeling a certain reaction, a negative reaction that can trigger us, that will affect us, and that will pull us down to a lower vibration, not being positive in our headspace. So earlier, I already mentioned say a short prayer. I have a copy of this on my blog. It is titled Transform Struggle to Success Story. And in this episode, I will share with you the three versions of prayers that you can say. Number one is God, show me the way. I am willing to do my part. I am willing to be guided. Number two, God, help me see things differently. I am feeling the pain and struggles. Show me how to be strong. I am willing to do my part. Number three, God, help me restore my heart. I am surrendering my heavy burdens. Please infuse me with love and strength to pursue further. I am willing to be guided. A short prayer like this will help you bring inside your heart, and it will help you reset your mood, reset your awareness, and reset your focus. And you will feel instantly back to love. Now, the question is, what do we let go? So, we are going on to the second part of this episode. We can let go of number one, negative self talk. Number two, we can let go of negative influence like habits and people. Number three, we can let go of abusive environment or relationship that we keep. Number four is we can let go of limiting mentalities. Limiting mentalities are these are the beliefs that are passed down to us from the older generation, and we have to take a closer look because it is already 2020. Like our phones need upgrades, we also need to upgrade on how we see ourselves. Now, what if you cannot let go? You cannot just let go and cut cords, cut the friendship, because it may be your job. Maybe it is a colleague or a family member. Part of protecting ourselves from negative conversation is we can set up boundaries. These boundaries can be physical and these can be energetic boundaries. For the physical boundary, we can set up new agreements. Like, for example, if you have a friend, which is the topic of your conversation is always the same thing. It is very negative, it is about complaining, it is about gossiping, and this friend calls you 10 times a day. You can set up an agreement that you will have a conversation with her or him once a day. So this is a boundary. Or you can log out of group chats that you know they are not positive influence to you. So you have to take a look get an inventory about your environment. And for the energetic boundary example with your colleague at work, you think that he got a negative attitude and it is difficult, such a pain to work with that person, you can pray. You can pray that he won't bother you or she won't bother you. You can bless him that he may or she can change his heart. And you can bless his heart, send him blessings, send him love. You can ask your angels and your guides to protect you, not to observe the negative vibration, and do your best not to engage. Sending blessings, if you believe with that angels exist, you can try asking your angels to help you send blessing to this person. And the more you do this, the more you will see the results. Also, part of letting go is cutting cords from the past stories, events, and situations that happened to us. You can find meditation on my website. It is titled Forgiving the Old Stories. Or you may search on YouTube. You can find ways for you to help you move through some of the stories that already is part of our past and you want to move through. Personally, I experienced with some of my deep hurts, I needed to forgive more than once. I realized that healing is a process. Some of our wounds are deep and it will take time. But what's important is our willingness to move through it, move through the pain. And what I do is I pray. I always pray and ask from my higher power to restore my heart. It can be difficult, but we are built in to rise above any challenges if our immune system have a capacity to heal. We have a capacity, a greater capacity, more than we can understand to heal from our past. And as we keep on building, cultivating this relationship with a higher power, we will never feel alone because at the same time we will receive the guidance and the right people that can help us, the right course that will help you to improve whatever area you need to focus on, the right book will be given on your path. And when we listen, we can hear the answer. Sometimes we pray, but we don't set time to listen. Gabby Bernstein said that faith is not hoping. Faith is knowing help is on the way. I love it. Self love to me is bringing myself in alignment to feeling good. And one way for me to do that is pray to soften the negative temperament that is building inside my heart, to soothe my negative emotions, to seek for guidance when I am asking for strength to forgive a person or to forgive what happened, and when I needed to see things differently. In every moment, prayer is like dialing a friend. Although not all the time you can have an instant solution and an answered prayer, again, it helps me become aware of my emotions. And let's say if I heard an answer after I pray, I instantly express my gratitude. And in that moment, however small the guidance is, I will already feel good. Feeling good is not about bringing this lavish, expensive, grand thing, although that is good idea, and but also a silent intuitive guidance after saying a prayer will bring us to feeling good. I hope you can experience that because in my everyday I always pray and intuitive guidance. Oh, that feels so good. It's a silent, invisible communication with our higher power. As I am wrapping up this episode, if you're ready to begin a fresh and new chapter in your journey, I will upload as a bonus a declaration of my inner worthiness. If you're ready to make a decision for yourself that you want to rise above your challenges and rise above what is holding you back, and you can claim and declare that you are worthy of all the good life has to offer, you can listen to it. And we reached the end of today's show. Join us again on the next episode of the Lady Level Up Boss podcast. Thank you for tuning in with today's episode. Say hi to me on Instagram, search at Karizza_Cuello for more inspiration and soulful vibes. Visit my website www.karizzacuello.com. Links are all on my show notes. Gorgeous souls, remember this. There is no force more beautiful than a woman determined to rise. I cannot wait to connect to you soon.